you and I have had countless conversations about forgiveness recently, where we just want to ensure that the beauty of the message of what he's calling us to is understood, because so much of the problems of our world today would just simply fall away if we got this idea. It is only of God that we could get to this place. It's just an extraordinary view of how we could be here, and yet the chat is full. But
Yeah,
I don't even need to open the chat to know that there are going to be those who are saying this actually sounds like denial. If
right.
someone is mistreating me and all I'm seeing is their loving thoughts and allowing their mistreatment to stand, what is going to stop them from continuing that behavior while all I do is try and see the loving thoughts? So what do you have to say on that?
Well, I mean, that's a whole discussion. I mean, do not see error sounds like denial, totally. I think there's two things to be said about that. One is this only works if reality is ultimately something very different than what our eyes see, right? If that person's errors really are who they are, if they are essentially evil, right? And we see evil, we don't like using the word, but we see it everywhere. If those errors really do have power to hurt us, then this is denial. But if reality is what the Course says it is, and we're all sons of God who have fallen asleep and fallen into error, and our errors don't have any reality, they just hurt us, then this is simply practical and realistic. So in the end, it does hinge on what reality is. Is it physical forms or is it something higher? And I think another thing I want to say about that is if we think about the examples set by people who are in touch with their holiness, I think we get a better picture of this. And one of my favorite, examples of this is not, it's fiction, but it's from Les Miserables in near the beginning where, Jean Valjean takes the silver, um, steals the silver from the bishop, and he's brought back by the police, and the bishop says, "Oh, you forgot the candlesticks too. I gave those to you as well." He knew full well that Jean Valjean had just stolen from him. He knew exactly what was going on there. He wasn't in denial. He was just meeting that error from a higher place, and it transformed in the story Jean Valjean. And it's not, I think, unrealistic to think that that would happen, or at least could happen, because he met the error with a love that didn't see Jean Valjean in light of the error, didn't see the error as a real part of him. So we don't need to associate this with just kind of blithe, naive denial. We should associate it with seeing that errors, yes, happen, but meeting them from a much higher and deeper place.
Yeah, I think we should also consider the fact that there's a spectrum here of behavior. And if you're all the way on the side of true physical, emotional abuse in a relationship that you just need to get out of, that's one thing. But most of us kind of sit in the gray area. And in that gray area, what we're looking for from the other person is to transform their behavior to some degree. And what transforms more than love? So we can whip people with our forgiveness and our judgment and our attack, or we can follow this and love them, and they're more likely to shift in the ways that we're wanting. Not that that's the ultimate
Yeah.
goal, but they're
Yeah.
more likely to shift in the ways that we're looking for with our love or through our love versus our judgment.
Yeah. And sometimes they need to shift from a distance.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's a
sure.
toxic situation, and we can still do our forgiveness work, and we can still convey a certain amount of forgiveness at a distance.
Usually I'm the one that says that.
Well, you've trained me so well.